Spartan Nation, what's going on? Ken, the super cool Spartan, back here at Q the Woodshed. My brother Brian, the super mad Spartan. And for this discussion about the Indiana game and some other hot topics, we have on podcast royalty here. Our very first guest, we brought him back here to the show, Mr. Little John Flowers, MSU's finest back in the day, running that rock. And correct me if I'm wrong, Little John, you were a running back, correct, back in the day at MSU?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a pleasure, man, to have you back on here. Like I said, you are our very first guest. So you cue the Woodshed royalty here. I know you wanted to get back here on the podcast to express your concerns, along with several other players who have spoken up about the current state of the program here. So glad to have you back on here, sir. Glad to have you back on.
All right. It's good to be back on, man. I'm excited to be back on. I think you guys do a great job. So, I'm just super happy and super happy and excited to be back on, man. I'm kind of embarrassed right now as a Spartan dog, for what we're doing right now. So, as a program and as, fans watching what we're putting out there on the field right now, I'm kind of embarrassed. So, I just, I'm sorry for that. Cause I know all the former Spartans and everybody that's going to Michigan State is feeling real bad right now. So, I'm happy to be on. I got a lot of issues to talk about. So,
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it, man. I mean, the Indiana game yesterday. MSU at least beat the spread. They have been doing that, but still, loss is the loss. Big loss. MSU was a 27.5-point underdog at Indiana, and they lost by 25. 38-13 was the score. I did a couple of TikTok, on our TikTok social media. I did a halftime reaction, and I said in that reaction that, hey, MSU, I mean, they looked, they were fighting and scratching and clawing, and at the time in the first half. And I said in the TikTok video that if Indiana scores a touchdown to start off the third quarter, it was a wrap. That's what exactly happened, because it was 21-10 going into halftime. And I knew that Indiana was getting the ball to start the second half. And I said, if they score their opening drive, game over. That's what exactly happened. And that was it. So, I mean, that was pretty much the gist of it. I was going to say, we'll get the floor to you, Little John. What were your thoughts of the game?
Yeah,
Good, bad, ugly, indifferent?
That's where we at. What was the score at halftime? 21-10?
Yeah, 21-10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and we talking like, oh man, we fighting. We look okay. Like, it's 21-10. They kicking our butt. Like, let's just be honest. Let's put it right. Michigan State football shouldn't be talking about, damn, we in the fight. It's a moral victory. They only got us up by 17 or whatever it is. Nah, man, that's bad, man. That ain't Michigan State football. That's not what Coach D'Antonio built. That's not good.
Right.
We were getting handled, and that's what we've been getting handled for the past 2 years. I mean, what have we done? What have we looked like? Are we in the fight? We're not. I was at the game for the UCLA game. I haven't been back up there since Coach D'Antonio had left, and I went up there for homecoming, and was embarrassed, straight embarrassed. I mean, that's all I can see. We got our ass kicked. I mean, and we got our ass kicked again against Indiana. Like that's what's happening right now. I have like really what they have shown me. I have no faith in the coaching staff at Michigan State right now. I have no faith in the athletic department right now at Michigan State right now. When
Mm.
it comes to the football program, I have no faith in it.
Uh-huh.
We are not winning on NIL deals. We're not winning on keeping players. We're not in the same fight. People
Mhm.
are doing stuff that's legal, but we're not doing it. We're just not doing it. We're
Mhm.
not, we're not playing the game, with 5 basketball players. We're playing it with like 3. Our hands are tied right now when we're playing football. Like it's like we got to get in the fight, man. And that starts at top, starts up top and
Mhm.
it rolls on down to the coaching staff. And I'm not here to talk about the players. No, I'm talking about the coaching staff. I'm talking about them and what are
Yes.
they doing to help these guys and putting the right players out there on the field to play. That's what I'm here and that's what I'm fired up about
Mhm.
because it's what we're seeing right now is not Michigan State football, and we don't even we're not even standing a chance right now against these other teams. And I mean, what is our record now? We lost the past 4 games. Is it 4 games that we would lose a streak
Yeah.
we on
Yes,
3?
Yeah,
we're
we're
3 and
we're
4.
Yeah. So we
and
lost. We done
0 and
lost 4
4 in
games
the
in a
Big
row.
10. Yeah, all Big
And 0
10
and 4 in
conference
the Big
games.
Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was our record last year?
5 and 7.
It was
5
five.
and
It was
7.
5 and 7 last year. I think our coach need to be fired. I mean, if James Franklin get fired and they was in the playoffs last year, and now they come there and they didn't lost 6 games or whatever they didn't lost this year already, and they didn't fired him. What we waiting on at Michigan State?
We got the
What we
same
waiting on?
record.
What we waiting on? And last year we didn't even do. I mean, we was 5 and 7 last year. What was it? Wasn't they in the playoffs last year at Penn State?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
They
they
was
fired
one
their
game
coach.
away from the
What
national
are we
championship.
waiting on?
One game away.
What are we waiting on? I'm just saying it is got to the point. I went up there to Michigan State and I was at a golf outing up there with them, and I got a chance to talk to some people up there, and it's just not what I wanted to hear. And it was pretty much about like these NIL deals and what are we doing to get into the fight? Like I really want to
Mhm.
know like what are we doing to get into the fight? Like are we, I know Michigan got some type of $30 million deal that they got that they're paying out their players and trying to get them on these NIL deals and bringing players to come to the school. What are we doing? Now, what we're doing, we're trying to, get guys that wants to be here at Michigan State.
Mhm.
Look, it's a new day and
Ain't the
age now.
game no more.
That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work because the best players. If you paid me the money that some of these NIL players pay, and I love Michigan State to death, but if you paid me some of that money, I will go play in Alaska for that money instead of coming to Michigan State.
Yes.
So that's what we have
Yes,
to do.
sir.
I mean,
Exactly.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Thinking we're gonna find some guys that shouldn't even be playing on that level that yeah, they are happy to be at Michigan State, but we're not gonna compete with the big time schools and we're not gonna be at Rose Bowls. We're not gonna win Big Ten championships. We're not gonna be in the playoffs. We're not gonna do all the things that Coach D'Antonio did unless we get into the fight with all of this other stuff. Like that's just how it's going to be. And I'm like I said, I came here, I'm fired up. I think we need to go hire James Franklin. That's what I think. I think if he's out there on the streets right now and he need a job, we need to go find him. That I don't know what Penn State was thinking when they got rid of him. I mean, the guy has only been to the playoffs. He won Fiesta Bowl. He did this. He been in. I mean, the guy is a proven winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he done lost some big games, but right now, Michigan State, we need to get into the big game. We ain't been in no big game. I want to be
Not
in
even
some big
competing.
games, competing. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's a lot of stuff that's going on at Michigan State right now that we have to change, and hopefully, it's going to change here real soon. because we ain't got. I mean, I hate this mediocre stuff. This 5-7s. This we done lost 4 games in a row, and we ain't even fighting to get to win the game. So I'm hot. I'm just hot right now.
You
I ain't
know
gonna
what?
lie to you.
I'm
I'm
glad
wet.
I'm glad you jumped into it because that's kind of how we all feel, 100%. And it's I not bag on the players because they only can do so much. It's the coaching staff. You know, you watch this Indiana game, defense is so piss poor, and we're not talking about talent wise. Tackling is not it's not talent. If you're in a position, you got your man. If you hit the man, he's supposed to go down. That's fundamentals. That's not talent.
Yeah,
And we
you're
haven't
right.
seen it. We've seen it get worse. This team is worse this year than they were last year. And we were
Yeah,
told by the coaching staff, "Oh, we got our guys. We're doing this. We're doing that." And the product on the field is not good. Offense has been okay. They don't score points. Defense has been bad almost all
And they
season.
give up points, a whole lot of
They,
points.
if I remember the stat
They give
correctly,
up a whole lot
they
of
forced
points.
3 points, three punts versus USC, UCLA, and Indiana. 3 punts in 3 games. Defense not stopping anybody. The Indiana game. All right, the offense comes out, controls the ball for the entire first half. Indiana had 3 possessions. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
mm, yeah. It
And
and the schemes, and that's what I'm like. Some of the schemes that they got going on, this schematic. It's like in some of the plays that they call, like it just like I was talking to another great, um, and we was talking about like at UCLA, we was all there, and it was 4th and 1, and we ran a damn sweep. I almost
yes,
lost my
the
shit
toss
when I
play. Yeah,
seen that. Like we ran a sweep. It was
Oh
fourth and
my
one. We
God,
gonna run a
yes.
toss sweep.
knowing
Come on, man,
knowing
give us
that
a
running
chance.
back can't make that. He ain't made that play all year. They have
Oh
not made
yeah.
that toss play has not worked one time this whole year. And they
Oh
told the
no,
quarterback, if
man.
you get the look, toss it. Like, no, it's not working. Like, I don't. You know way more football than I will ever know. I'm not an X's and O's guy. For my layman's eyes to be like, oh, what are you doing? That makes no sense. And guess what? They did that same shit again versus Indiana. When it was a 3rd and 7, they needed it, and they ran a toss play on 3rd and 7, and it got tackled for a loss. I'm like, okay, we're behind. You, Aiden Childs has been good enough to win football games, but he's one person. He cannot do everything alone. He can't block for himself. He can't run the ball for himself. That's how he got hurt the last couple of games. He got
Yeah.
hurt because he's like, I got to put this team on my back, and he got earshotted
Yep.
and knocked him out
Yep.
the game.
Yep. And it's just, I
And
mean,
UCLA, think
same
about this:
thing, man.
UCLA fired their coach, and it was like a whole new team. They look, people want to talk about talent. UCLA is not more talented on paper than Michigan State.
No, we got some dogs over there. Like, I mean, we got some true live dogs over there and we're just like, I don't, I am the other thing that I am a Big Ten guy. I believe in Big Ten football and I believe, yeah, I'm a running back. So, I believe in physicality. I believe in hitting people in the mouth. I believe in that, we should have a fullback. Now, let me take you down a little trip down memory lane. Like when Nick Saban was here and we used to be running, like and he did that all the time when he was Alabama. He established the run game. I mean, it was a fullback in front of that guy, and they are going downhill. Physical, physical football team. When he left, and then they had brung this other dude named John L. Smith, and he came in here and he got yeah, he got rid of the fullback and they went to this spread offense and they was going to be throwing it around and all this the nonsense here. We was getting our ass kicked all the time. They fired him soon thereafter. When Coach D came here, it got back to normal Big Ten. We gonna hit you in the mouth. We are Michigan State and Michigan State has been known throughout the years from hitting people in the mouth. We didn't get the name Woodshed and taking people out to the woodshed from being this like prancy prima donna. No, we took people to the woodshed to kick their ass. That means we were going to be physical. That means we're going to hit people in the mouth. That's what Michigan State football is all about. So that's what D'Antonio did, and he is the best coach that we've ever had now. I mean, look, that's who he was. He had a fullback,
Yes.
he had a tailback, he had offensive linemen that hit people in the mouth, he had defensive linemen that hit people in the mouth. They're gonna stop the run and they're gonna run the football. I mean, that's what Big Ten football is all about. Think about all the teams that have won national championship the past few years. They still run the football. They're going to hit people. They're physical. They're super physical.
Right.
We're not physical. We're not physical. We don't even have a fullback. We ain't got nobody lined up to say that there's an actual fullback on the squad. Nah, they all playing some other position. He ain't a fullback. They ain't got nobody who's going to line up and go hit somebody in the mouth. And we ain't been doing that. And that's what we got right now. And it's not working. It just doesn't work in the Big Ten. It just doesn't work, man. You got to be physical up front. You got to establish a run game. Like, you got to establish that you're gonna move another person against their will. That's what you want to do. You want to move another person against their will. And only way all this trickery and rickery do and all that stuff works at times. But at the beginning of the day, what they gonna be, you got to be known for is hitting people in the mouth, and then other stuff will start to work. Other things will start to come for you. You know, all the reverse plays or the trickery do and all that stuff starts working because those guys are afraid that they're getting hit in the mouth. Then you can run a play action. You can, some of the wide receivers, all this stuff start working. It's football 101. And all the time, Michigan State, we go out and we hire a guy that's in the Pac-12 he's average there. They was a 500 football team. And that's what we bring here and going to turn our program around. This ain't the Pac-12, bro. This the Big Ten. We got some big-time schools in here that will hit you in the mouth. Indiana is not playing. That coach ain't playing over there. He is the real
not
deal.
Not at all.
The Ohio
State
State
is
not playing. These schools ain't playing around, man. And we got to find somebody like that. We got to find somebody like that. And that's the only way that we're going to survive. That's the only way that we're going to get back and climb out of this hole that we're in. I hate to be the one to be calling for people jobs, or it just is what it is. Like, that's the era that we live in. You either win or you go home. That's it. You either win. Everybody wins. That's what it is. And I believe if you win, if somebody like James Franklin was here at Michigan State, man, we'd never let him go get away from Michigan State. He'd stay there forever. Take us to the playoff. Do what like Coach D'Antonio did here. Ain't nobody calling for Coach D'Antonio.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Penn State fired him to me. Like, they don't know what down bad looks like. Oh, it's down bad because you lose to great teams. Okay, well, you could be losing to nobodies. Like, you could be losing to regulars. You could be looking like us, getting our doors blown off by mediocre Big Ten schools.
Yes, man. Yes, and that part there, I don't understand when it comes to some of those other schools and what Penn State doing. I don't understand that. I thought that guy had transformed Penn State after the mess that he was in before, but after Penn State, the mess that they were in before, and then he changed the program around. He should have been able to stay there as long as Joe Pa. He should have been. He should have been there for.
He got the second highest winning percentage. He's right behind Joe Pa. I think. Penn State has they have a vision of themselves that's not true.
Yeah,
they think they're this like super booba. Like, well, Joe Pa was mighty average the last decade of his career. They had their scandal. They had their coach as Bill O'Brien. He's like, okay, I'm done. James Franklin comes in and raises their expectations enough to the fact that he gets fired off a playoff year, one game away from national championship.
Yes.
And it's funny because there's some Spartan fans on the message board like, oh, I don't like James Franklin. I was like, what are you talking about? He can't win big games. Like, we haven't even been competitive in big games. We haven't got to big games.
We can't win no bad games. We let a 1-4 UCO team come and touch it in.
Let us get in the playoffs. Let us get in the playoffs 4-5 years in a row or something. I'm cool with that. That means we're being competitive. We fighting. We building the program.
Yes,
we got a program that's going to be successful. That's continuously and when you do that at Michigan State, man, you can stay at Michigan State forever because we really ain't no fools. Nobody trying to get rid of D'Antonio. Nobody trying to get rid of Coach Izzo. Nobody trying to get rid of them guys. Guys are, they win games here and they do all like, I live down in Kentucky and, they was talking about, these people down in Kentucky, they got rid of Calipari. It's time for him to go. I'm like, shit. He was winning a lot of games. I mean, he was in the national championship. He got a national championship. He got, he was just. I mean, he ain't as. I think Coach Izzo is better. I love Coach Izzo, so I'm biased to him. But I think shoot, him and Coach Izzo was like right there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking about getting rid of no Coach Izzo. You lose your mind up there at Michigan State. You go to fans. I mean, get out of here, bro. This Coach Izzo we talking about. But that's Michigan State, though. You win like Coach Antonio. You win, you're going to be here. But, man, I'll be damned if we keep sitting around here and we lose season after losing season, and we ain't even pinching the people. Like, we getting our ass kicked. Like, and that's the problem that I have. Period.
Yes. Getting doors blown off. And I get, I think people would be
I don't know if you heard about. Oh, go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go, okay.
No, I was going to say that here locally, Little John, that there was an article that came out that Trey Waynes publicly had said, hey, it's time. Y'all, this current staff like you, he's like, hey, y'all got to go. And he was saying that he wants MSU to hire James Franklin too. So, yeah, Trey Waynes, and I've heard some other players,
because James
former
Franklin
players,
is
Spartan DAWGs like you, like, hey.
Yeah. Well,
so, yeah.
I didn't hear that last part of yours. What did you have said?
Oh, I said that Trey Waynes had publicly said that he wants James Franklin to be the next coach at Michigan State too. It was an article that came out locally here in the Detroit area with Trey Waynes speaking out, saying, hey, what the hell is going on? This ain't Spartan dog football. I've been calling Jonathan Smith, John L. Smith, or John L. Smith Part 2. He need to get up out of here and get James Franklin. So he's, lock and step like you, along with other players that I've read come out publicly to say, hey, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Nah.
Not at all.
This ain't it, man. This ain't it. It's been they're doing too much good stuff at Michigan State. Like when I went up there and I seen all the changes and all the things that they got going on up there. I mean, they're doing a good job up there. Like with the facilities and all those people up there, man. We deserve to put and I think that the fans and the alumni and everybody that love Michigan State, we deserve a better product. Just deserve a better product. And unfortunately, right now, I think that the team and the people that's leading the team right now is not falling into like they're not like trying to capitalize on everything that's out there for us to try to get the best players, to try to get the good players to come to our school and all that stuff. This is not like, I mean, it's like I read something about Dabo Sweeney said he ain't gonna be doing that stuff. This is how he gonna be. All right. Well, you can see what their record look like too now, because they not diving into doing those things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
different
feel like you can't, yeah. If you feel like you don't want to do that, then you need to move on, bro. Like y'all need to move on and let somebody get in there that knows how to do that's gonna do it and gonna use that to try to win. Because we need every advantage that we can. You know what I'm saying? Like we need every advantage that we can to get some good players in there, and so we can compete and put a good product out there every Saturday. That we're putting a good product out there that's fighting and trying to win. Right now, man, I feel sorry for those guys, and I know that the seniors there that has put in all this blood, sweat, and tears that they're going through, and they're going through a season like this. They've been going through it their junior year, now it's their senior year. Feel real bad for those guys, man. And I just hate that they're going through this because that's this is this could be the last time they play football. You know what I'm saying? And now you putting out this product. You want to go to a bowl game, the chance of them going to a bowl game, I don't know, slim to none, probably. And, you know, it's just, that's sad, man. And I hate it for those guys and for the players and what they've been through the past 4 years at this program. So we need somebody to come in and stabilize the program and get it. And we need somebody who is like, and you know, I'm going to say James Franklin. I'm going to say it because I think he is a program builder, proven, and he's done it in the Big Ten and on the biggest stage. You know, that's who I want. You know what I'm saying? There's some other people that I want, but I know we probably wouldn't be able to get them. But you know, we couldn't talk to save him out of retirement. Like, come on, Nick, come on back to hey, you know, or we snatch prime time out of Colorado. We don't do that. I don't know. That probably won't happen. But you know, James Franklin is looking for a probably, you know, he is going to come hungry wherever he goes next. And it'd be really good if he can go to Michigan State and stick it to Penn State every year.
You know? Oh my God! Yes,
I would love that. You know,
that'd be awesome.
I think James Franklin would be. It would be tough to get James Franklin, but they have to get it done because you need someone. One thing about Jonathan Smith that we didn't talk about kind of came up last season. He didn't really understand the Michigan rivalry either. And he coached that game last year a little too casual when they kind of was kind of putting it on Michigan that first like most of the first half, and he's basically just gave the game away. So James Franklin comes in. We already know he hates Michigan. He knows the Big Ten. He's been recruiting in the area for a decade because he was the one who started coming in and taking San Antonio recruits that we would normally get. Because he started coming in Detroit and going to the King and some of the areas and getting these the good players around here. People who understand the rivalry. And at Penn State, of course, they was cutting that check too. Nothing wrong. And that's what the name of the game is now. And so the administration has to get on board. We got to get a new coach. And John Smith, fair or not, he has to go. It's not looking right. You know, you get with the transfer portal, you basically pick your own grocery, you have your own guys. These are most of the people on this team, people he brought in. So if they're not talented enough, well, that's on him. And to me, there's enough talent in here to win to go to a bowl game, but we're not competing.
At the very least, at the very least.
If this year's record was the same, let's say we were getting blown out on all these games, people wouldn't be so like, okay, well, I know we're still trying to wait on, but we're not competitive, and that's the eye test, the ultimate test. You're getting that UCLA game. I think every like 99% of Spartan fans of that game was like, oh, this guy has to go because that team fired their coach, coming cross country, and they blow our doors off. They look like the better coached team, the better scheme team,
with the
more in shape team. Like, well, what does that say about us? And then Indiana, okay, everybody knew Indiana was going to happen here. I honestly thought the score would be more than what it was, but the offense kept the ball long enough so they could have put more touchdowns on our defense. And now we're going into next week versus Michigan. I don't think our defense is not competitive it's not going to stop anybody in the Big Ten. So I don't know how they win another game. We're talking about a 3-9 season, and your only win would be against Boston College, who's only won one game versus an FCS school. And we had to go to double OT with them. You got to go.
Yeah, it ain't looking good.
Man. It's the results of the results.
You know, let it. You know, it's tough. You know, I would rather for him. You know, like the part of me, the mean part of me is like, man, they got to go now. But the part of me that just want them to like, for the players' sake, and like finish the season, and then I mean, if they go 3-6, like you saying, like that's it. Let them go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough when you lose a coach in the middle of the season. It really gonna get bad if that happens, because then it's like
apparently not for UCLA.
You're right, though. I mean UCLA, and if they fire James,
they won 4 straight. They got better. That's crazy.
Right. Well, they did get better, but they fired that coach. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they do, but I know this is it. This is last year, no matter what.
This last season.
This is it. This is it. There ain't no more. Cause it's not working. It's just not working.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't. It doesn't matter if now or later on in the season to me. Just I know this has to be it. It has to be because non-competitive in games in your second year, when you have other second-year coaches in the Big Ten who are looking way better than you, and everyone talk about, oh, the players, the cupboard's bare,
Kirk
this and that. Like, well, if the cupboard
Kirk
was so bare, yeah. And even putting Indiana aside, because I think that's kind of that situation worked out for them, and I don't know if you can replicate that. But okay, you have Washington, second-year coach. They look competitive. You know, UCLA, new coaching staff. Okay, competitive. You know, even Northwestern, they're like 5-2. It's like their second or third year, their coach. Okay, why can't we be competitive at a minimum? And there's been such, and to your point, Little John, it's not like we're asking him to go to the playoffs or compete for the Big Ten. Like, okay, most people are like, okay, let's make a bowl game this year, and then okay, we can build something on that. We haven't been to a bowl game in a while. We're not even going to do that. And 3 of our wins is versus 3 wins is MAC school, P4 school that's 1-4, and then FCS school. We haven't beat any team with a pulse.
Tough. That's tough, man. And I truly, like, as a Spartan, like it's embarrassing, man. And it's embarrassing, because I fly my flags all around through here, down there, even in my shop, that I run. I got my Michigan State stuff up. We the laughing stock. I'm over here talking about, man, well, wait till basketball though. That's my saying now. Yeah, we may be bad in football, but wait till basketball though. That's my saying right now. And it hurts me. It hurts me to my heart, to be saying that. So I mean, it's tough, and the fans, the students, to go through, like, and I feel like I be wanting students, like, to get a chance to experience, big time things with their programs and stuff, get a chance to go to a bowl game, maybe a big bowl game, go somewhere like, and like you said, like, just be competitive, man. Like even if these was like close games and we losing, like, we losing on last plays, or we lost the last couple minutes of the game, but we was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something to look forward to. Like, we building this. I don't see anything that's showing me that, next year they're gonna be all right. Well, because the year before, I thought, the quarterback, I was like, man, that quarterback got a lot of turnovers, but he got some talent. And I think next year they're gonna train him and get him right, and make sure to cut down on these turnovers, which they did. And I just thought that it was gonna be, we're gonna have some success with that. And I ain't seen nothing. Not a thing. It looks like we regressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he regressed. I'm just saying it looked like as our offense, we regressed. You know what I'm saying? That the offense doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? And that's 9 times out of 10, that's out of coaching,
I agree. And as I said, to the eye test, it's funny because you've seen him grow. You've seen he looks better as a quarterback. He's had a bad couple of games, but even in the Nebraska game, his percentages weren't wise. But we get up 24, it was 21-14 because he's willing that team. He put him on his back and he's scoring 2 touchdowns with his legs, and we fumbled that game away. He doesn't look too hot versus UCLA. It was a bad game all around. Comes back versus Indiana, basically had like the best game of his season. He had 20 straight passes. He couldn't score enough points, but at this point, you're asking just the quarterback, to be perfect with imperfection around him, and that's unfair.
Yeah,
and there's not too many people that can be successful like that.
Yep, that's unfair.
And we're trying to get a moral victory versus Indiana. Oh, it looked better. Yeah, they didn't beat us they didn't put 70 on us like they did to Illinois, but
right.
It's like, okay, it's just
that ain't what this school is about. That ain't what our school is about.
No.
We don't have no moral victories. We want to go win. We want to play to win. That's what this school is about and what it's always been about. And that's what we got to get back to it. And I'm hoping and praying that it will happen sooner than later. But it's gonna be some changes that's gonna have to happen. I mean, it definitely just gonna have to be. You know, if they ain't performing, it ain't working, then, got to make some change. And it sucks. I know finding new coaches and getting new coaches and all that stuff sucks. Yeah, it does. But
Starting over
that's
again,
just,
but it's
that's,
better than
that's,
losing.
that's the nature.
You're losing.
That's the nature of the business. That's the nature of the business. It's going to happen. They got the money. So let's spend it out. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. And let's get back to some Michigan State football.
Especially, they got Michigan coming next week. And you don't want to get embarrassed at home again versus Michigan. Was it 2 years ago? It was the 49-0 game. Like,
Yeah.
okay, on our home place, we can't have that. I don't think Michigan's good enough to do that to us this season. But I don't see anything our team does well enough to go against a solid squad.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what do we hang our hat on? What can we count on every single game to show up? It's been a mixed bag all season. Some days in Nebraska, the defense looks decent enough versus Nebraska. Okay. Offense was not good that game, not good enough. Special teams disappeared. UCLA, nobody had a good game. It's just burning tape. It just completely, immensely embarrassing. And then Indiana was what everybody expected it to be. It didn't matter. It's like just no one watched that game thinking, "Oh, Michigan State's going to win this game." Like, no, we've seen this game before. The team will come out, have a couple of really good drives, and then that will be it.
Yeah.
So,
man, that's what happened.
Gotta figure something out, and it gotta be the coaching staff because all these players. We have players on the team that people wanted. So they all can't be not talented and everything else. So that's I
Right.
don't accept that excuse anymore.
Right. I'm with you. 100% on that.
All right. So guess we have technical difficulties with my brother, so we're gonna stop this right here. Lil John Flowers, thank you again so much for coming on and joining us. Always been a friend of the show. Continue your support. Anytime you want to come on and speak your piece, we'll find the time we can make it work.
Man, hopefully it's for some better things and some happier moments. Sooner
Yes,
than later,
sir.
man. I hate to be the bad news person or the the angry person that comes on here, but sometimes you just gotta say what you say and say what you feel. And I couldn't wait to say what I feel. So, yeah, man. Anytime y'all want me on here, just give me a holler.
All right, we'll make it work, sir. As always, go green.
Go white.
All right, have a good one.
All right, boss man.